Hey guys, it's February 5th, 2014, and I'm doing a video a day, like you didn't know if you've been following any at all, but I've been doing a video a day. Now listen, one of the things I've thought about and looked around and was trying to think, what I'll do a video about today? Treasures. How many of you all keep certain things with you and you have for years? It's our personal treasures, you know. To most of us, it's more valuable than gold. Alright guys, I'm doing treasures tonight. Now, this is one of my treasures. Now, my wife gave me this before we even got married. It was my birthday. She was working for my sister, babysitting actually, and it was my birthday, so she ran out, you know, the day before, and I mean, it was like $40, but I mean, it's like a week of babysitting money, you know, that it took her to buy this. So, you know, when I die and I'm laying in my coffin, this is going to be one of my treasures. I hope one of my sons take it and, you know, keep it for another 50 years. So anyway, I've had it for over 20 years and I keep it protected, and it's one of my most prized possessions, my treasure. Alright, here's another one of our treasures. Now, again, this is from my wife, a little flask. Of course, when we first got married and first met, I was traveling a lot. So, you know, she got it for me so I could put a little tequila in it, and, you know, and every now and then, when I needed to after a class I was teaching, put Rich, my name, and when miles apart, you're always in my heart. Now, that was from 1994, so 20 years ago now. So anyway, that's another one of the possessions I'll have forever. Hey, another one of my treasures is my little brass owl. Now, my grandmother had this since I was a kid, or since I can remember. She died back in 1989, and I've drug it around with me ever since. Now, my son claimed it when he was, 1 year old or so. He barely walked right up on the shelf, took and played with it for years. Since then, he stopped playing with it. He's 15. But he came back, and now my 1 year old daughter saw it up on the shelf right up there. Now she plays with it. So, and it come from my grandmother, you know. So, God, it could be 35, 40 years old at least. I don't know. But it's just a little brass owl. Also, just a little elephant. Now, everything's got a story. My cousin passed away when I was in the Army back in 1988. And she loved elephants, collected them. So I ended up getting a lot of her elements from her mom. Her mom gave them to me, and, you know, so now there's a few of them that I keep and where I've kept. Some of them got broke, unfortunately, but this is one that I always carry everywhere, you know, from house to house. It's lived all over the place, so just a little bitty wooden elephant. You know, another one of my prized possessions in life is a little bitty, pocket knife. Now, it's a Swiss Army. Years ago, you know, this little bitty old knife, screwdriver, stuff like that in it. Very basic. But here's a little Phillips in the back. But it's white. Now, years ago, MacGyver was out, and I told my mom, this 25, 26 years ago, you know, oh, man, I want a MacGyver's knife. And, of course, this is what she got me. And at first, I was disappointed because it was white. It's like, Mom, MacGyver's knife is red. Well, of course, it's all I had when she went and bought them. And now I thank God it was white. You know, it's just unique. And it carried it many, 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 many a year. Little knife, you know, again, they'll throw it in the coffin. Okay, someday, I'm sure. Hopefully not. And here's another one, a little paperweight for my desk. Now, I got this when I was like 9 or 10, so it's 40, 41 years old, just a little paperweight. Been repaired 20 times now. Something that I don't carry anymore is just a little case pocket knife. My grandfather always carried. So, I'm sure he's been dead since 76, 78. So, and he carried it for probably 20 years before then, just a little case knife. But again, I kept it around. It lays in the office. Don't use it, but it's here. All right, just a couple more things. One is, again, this little Spyderco knife. A little short, serrated edge. Great knife. A little serrated edge knife. So anyway, that's one of them. Now, this hat is another one. My, best friend in life actually gave it to me. I was down in the Keys, and he stopped, and he bought it at the hat shop there, right on Key West, right on Duval Street in Key West, Lippy's. And then the last thing, little bitty roach clip. Now, this roach clip, we were, doing something under my car. I had a 76 Camaro. Well, my carburetor needed a clip, and I didn't have one, so I took this out. I was actually using it, but slipped it on the carburetor. Now, it held there for 7-8 years. Then before I sold it, I took it off and, put it up, and of course it keeps turning up after all these years. It hung from my mirror, with some feathers on it for probably 5 years, and then in my carburetor for another bunch of years. And I just don't have the heart to throw it away. So, prized possession there. Someone's going to look at my treasure box when I'm dead and go, what the freak was this? So anyway, but I think that's all of us. So that's my prized possessions. Thanks for watching.